everybody, it's Lala coming to you guys real quick to talk to you about the first episode of the new season of American Horror Story Freak Show, and I loved it. I am excited to see it, the whole season. I'm excited to see what happens. I love the freaks or the monsters. I love Elsa, Mars, and I mean, I wasn't loving that blue eyeshadow, but that song was giving me life. The clown, let me tell you something. I don't like clowns, okay? I don't think they're funny or cute or anything like that. I don't even like them when they're trying to be nice and happy and light. So I damn sure wasn't feeling this creepy ass, scary ass clown that was on my television entirely too many times last night. Oh my gosh, I tried to watch like cartoons afterwards and just regular shows to try to get it out my head. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that hideous face with that mask, and oh my gosh, he is so fucking scary. Anyway, it starts out with the milkman going to one of his customers' houses to deliver the milk. Delicious milk delivery. And he noticed that there was milk still out on the porch from, I guess, the other day, or day before or something like that. And he decided to pop in and see what was going on. He found the homeowner, Miss Tatterling, I think, something like that, dead on the floor. And he heard like thumping and whispering upstairs, and apparently he goes up to investigate, because that's what you do when you find a dead body that was clearly murdered in the middle of the floor. You go upstairs to find out who's up there, I guess because you want to get murdered too. But he didn't find some crazy a crazy killer or whatever originally. He found the two conjoined twins, Dot and Bet, either Betty or Bet. And that was like a big deal, because he was like, whatever. Come to find out, the lady was hiding her daughters away from the public and everything because, they were deformed. And after, she died, of course, they were discovered. So they were put in the hospital and everybody was talking about it. And, it was big news. And while they were in the hospital, Elsa Mars comes to visit to check them out and see what they were all about, and to convince them to come back with her to her freak show, her little World of Wonders or whatever it was called. And one of the twins, she's like kind of happy and gullible and light, and she just wants to see the world and enjoy things. And the other twin is reluctant and doesn't really trust anybody and is very guarded. But Elsa convinces them to come back because she, figures out that they were the ones that killed their mother, and they stabbed themselves to try to look like they were attacked too or whatever, to cover it up. So they go back with her. They've got Jimmy at the freak show. He's got like these weird fingers that are like kind of stuck together, so it's kind of sort of like a claw, and he uses that to do some pretty disgusting things or whatever for a buck, and something strange for some change. And his mother is the bearded lady. I don't remember her name, but that's Kathy Bates with a beard. And I was trying to figure out what kind of accent she had. Like, what the fuck was she? It was like, just like broken Irish, and she sounded like a drunk leprechaun to me. I don't know what that accent was. It was like a mix between 3 different accents or something. But, half the time I was just like, what is she saying? It was funny. I kind of liked it. But anyway, who else did they have? They had the guy with the little tiny arms, and the really tiny lady, the Indian lady. I didn't get everybody's name. I didn't take notes. I was really just trying to watch it to enjoy it, because it's not easy for me to stay up late anymore. Lala's getting old, and so when I do, I'm not trying to be sitting up with a note and a notepad and a pen or whatever. I'm just gonna watch the show. While this is happening, enter freaky creepy, scary ass clown. You got these two kids that are like, you know, these two teenagers or whatever, and they're rolling around on a, you know, picnic blanket out in, you know, some field somewhere, you know, making out and everything, and they're getting ready to do the do, and the guy goes to his car to get something, and here comes this crazy ass clown popping out the bushes, walking up to the girl. She holds a conversation with him, you know, and, you know, he gives her flowers, and she's like, oh, thank you, and blah, blah, blah. Like, and then when the guy comes back, she's like, oh, you didn't hire him? Like, I don't give a fuck if somebody hired him or whatever. I'm not going to hold a conversation with nothing that looks like that, okay? I don't care. You will just have wasted your money if you did hire something, not someone, something like that to come visit my ass. Needless to say, he knocks them both out, stabs the fuck out of the dude, like just yaga. And I was like, no, he's just digging in his ass. Oh my gosh, he was just digging in his chest, like. And then he kidnapped the girl. And he went around and killed some other people. He killed like a married couple or whatever and kidnapped their little son. And yeah, he was just kind of going around killing motherfuckers. So Elsa thought that maybe they could just use this guy as the killer to cover up Dot and Bet's murder for killing their mom or whatever. But it wound up being the opposite, because they did leave the hospital to go back to the tents with Elsa. So the police decided that they were the primary suspects because they ran. So the police think that they went around killing everybody, which I don't know, doesn't really make a lot of sense, but you know, this is back in like the 50s or whatever, so yeah, what you gonna do? What else? Let's see, did I miss? I mean, there was a bunch of freaks and stuff like that, Elsa called them her monsters, and I'm not gonna remember all of them offhand, but let me see. They had like the ugly twins or whatever, look really goofy with the big teeth and the, you know, weird face and stuff, and just, yeah. So what happened after that? They were, Elsa believed that the conjoined twins were going to be their moneymaker to save their show, because it was like a circus or whatever, because they were failing. People weren't really coming out to see the freaks anymore and stuff like that. They were about to lose the land that they were, you know, renting and stuff. And come to find out, the conjoined twins did attract this rich mother and son or whatever that kind of bought out the tent so they could come see the show. They tried to buy the twins, and at that point the twins, you know, felt like they were a part of the family, especially after, was this before or after? They felt like they were part of the family at some point. I'm not sure if it was before or after the show. A policeman came to arrest the twins, and Jimmy, the dude with like the claw fingers, he got pissed off. He was already over it anyway. He was sick of being, I'm sorry that the light quality is jacked up, but it's like early in the morning and I got the sun shining all over the place. But he was already pissed off about being treated the way he was being treated all the time. You know, he didn't want to be a freak anymore. He just wanted to live a normal life and just, you know, do his due, live on a farm or some shit like that. So he was over it, and I guess everybody, you know, most of them were over it. Don't nobody want to be a freak all their life. I mean, goddamn. But so when the policeman, you know, tried to confront Jimmy while he was trying to protect the twins, he just like slit his fucking throat, because he called them, you know, freaks or monsters or whatever, and that was pretty much it. So the twins, you know, once Jimmy saved them, they, you know, they figured out that, you know, they need to be loyal to them, and they were a part of the family and everything. The end of the show, close to the end of the show, the clown shows up at the circus tent area, you know, where all the freaks are. So he's popping up looking all creepy as fuck, and they go out and they chop up the policeman's body or whatever to get rid of it, get rid of the evidence and everything. And, you know, Jimmy gives a speech about them, you know, fuck it, they want to call us monsters, and let's be monsters and, you know, protect ourselves and defend ourselves. So he had everybody on board. Oh, there was the really tall woman. She was like from the Amazon or some shit like that. Like, she's really tall, freakishly tall. And I think that was the crew. It was the dude with the short arms, Jimmy with the claw fingers, and the tall chick. They kind of hung out together all the time. And I guess now the conjoined twins will be hanging out with them. Will be a part of their crew. Okay. Elsa is actually... oh yeah, and Elsa like took this girl, this little candy striper from the hospital too, back to the tent or whatever, and she keeping her all high up on opium so everybody could fuck her and stuff like that, all the freaks or whatever. And Elsa has an issue. She wants to be a star. She's always wanted to be a star, and you know, I guess she missed her opportunity, or shit didn't work out for her, or she just wasn't talented. Because although I love the song, the singing wasn't amazing. And you know, and she's told that by the rich mother or whatever that comes to see the show. Like she said, that was like the freakish, the worst part of the show was her trying to sing. But basically, you know, Elsa wants to be a star, and she wants to attract people to her freak show so that they can see her, you know, and hear her sing and see her perform or whatever. And she kind of confesses this to the bearded lady, because the bearded lady is pretty much like her protector and her servant and everything like that. You know, she's like really devoted to her or whatever, because she appreciates the fact that she saved her, you know, from having to go to the nut house or whatever, because she turned into a drunk. And Elsa kind of confesses this to the bearded lady, that, you know, she didn't bring the conjoined twins back to the tents to save them, but to save herself, because she wants to be a star. After that happens, we find out that Elsa is an amputee, either she's a double amputee or she was born without the two legs, but she's from the knee down, she doesn't have, her legs are gone, and she wears two prosthetics. So she's just kind of like a pitiful soul, just chasing a dream way past the expiration. And I'm about to miss my little turn. I got to get my coffee. I'm busy here talking to my little camera. Excuse me. Thank you. Let me over so I can get my coffee. My latte, actually, because I'm a caffeine fiend. And I think that's it. The crazy, scary clown kind of witnesses everybody chopping up the cop. And did I miss anything? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so that was American Horror Story episode 1. I think it was called Monsters Among Us. This is my review. If I missed anything, please let me know. I love it. I'm here for it. I couldn't watch the American Horror Story in the beginning when they were at the crazy hospital or whatever. Those shows. I loved Coven. I was sold when last season with Coven. I just absolutely loved that season. A lot of people said that it was one of their worst seasons, but it was okay with me. I'm not really for a whole lot of gore. I can't really handle it like that. But I can do scary and freaky and fucked up. I just can't do gore. I can't. Like every time that clown came on screen, it was, you know, gutting somebody. I had to kind of look away and think happy thoughts. But so I see it's gonna be a whole lot of killing, but it wouldn't be American Horror Story if it wasn't. That's my review. As you see, I've gone from having hour-long videos to nice little quick synopsis. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know, if I missed anything, let me know. If you agree, if you disagree, whatever. I love talking to you guys. And that's it. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna get my latte and start my day. Look, my hair is all over the place. And yeah, all right, so love you guys. Bye bye.